Heisenberg. So you got to pick one primitive, and most hardware guys have picked CAS, and CAS is, I think CAS is fine. I've grown to prefer it even after knowing all of its conceptual disabilities.
But what you have is CAS with spurious failure.
Yes, we do. Our API does the right thing. Is we have CAS, we have weak CAS. Weak CAS says, this is a loopless LLSC. Take it for what it's worth. And if you're a macho programmer, use it. And if you want to write programs that at least I can understand, probably minimize that.
So this topic about APIs accessible only by certain groups, I think there's a whole spectrum over here.
Yeah.
So just anecdotally from JIKE's RVM experience, actually we were concerned about this from the start because we have some APIs, even though they have the Java syntax, to really let you do unsafe operations. You can convert an object reference to an int address. You can set and you can convert, that's the unsafe part, you can convert an int address into an object reference. So we actually have a paper that Dave and I and Jan wrote in some of the, Mastin was visiting us at that time, the early days, to try and look at some of the experiences over there. And it was again back to that same issue, is how do you design APIs and flag the APIs that are not trustworthy and then limit their use. And so
pointing at my battery who's
going
to die.
So there seemed to be, over there seemed to be a good opportunity, and now that was some years ago in a specific project. And now when we talk to J2EE customers, we've had experiences where there's the same kinds of rules. There are different groups for which you just want to give them, limit what they have access to. So is there certainly and verification tools that kind of, do checking of client code for correct usage of libraries and frameworks. Formal verification tools also try to go after that. So is there a framework that you know of that one can, a mental model as to how one should think of this?
I can tell you what few ideas I have. First, the folks who worked on module systems for Java ought to have an opinion about this and tend not to. And I think it's because modules with protected interfaces is difficult in Java, would be difficult to pull up. So there's not an easy path to a win here, but it's really worth thinking hard about. And what you're talking about is private APIs across modules. So if there were a module system and there were a notion of a private API across them, that would be good enough to solve this problem. Sadly, neither of those exist.
I've actually published a paper about that.
The other is that, actually, it's more of an announcement than an opinion, but I think that the JSR and intrinsics will probably get proposed and started sometime over the next few months, and many people in this room would probably be interested. This is the notion of Jalapeno or JIKE's RVM's VM Magic, Hotspot's unsafe API, of getting standardization across VMs on that API, if nothing else, because that is a big impediment to portability right now. Is we and 166, before us the NIO guys, and after us the new NIO guys, me again, need a couple of VM primitives, and you can't extend the bytecode. It's against the law. So the way you do it is you put in this unsafe API, and it's basically clandestine bytecode extension. And we might as well be above board with it and standardize it. So I think there'll be a sort of a fast path JSR that'll last like a year and will be standardized hopefully on next major release, and that will be a good thing. So I'll probably, since I'm the token, you might not know, Don, the only academic JCP Executive Committee member. JCP Executive Committee is 14 big multinational corporations, Apache.org, and me. And, so I can probably shepherd it through. And it's a fairly high priority item and an easy thing to do. So if you're interested, let me know. But that was the aside. The talk's done.
Any more questions? Okay, with that, let's thank God. Any announcements for what's going on for the rest of the evening?